Hello everyone, welcome back to the stream. Sorry I got started a bit late today, everything got a little off kilter, so I won't spend too much time here, and I'll get right back into the game in just a moment. So, I hope everyone's doing alright. Let me turn the music that I've got here up just a little bit because I can barely hear it. I don't know how that translates over to you guys, so let me turn that up. Changing the music up a little bit, but not too much. It will just swap it back and forth between different soundtracks here. So everything's looking good. Everything's looking stable here. So let's just hop into the game. So, I'm just getting reacquainted with what we were up to last week. Check out the map here and everything ready. Now, one of my viewers, Amazing Chest Ahead, asked me how the game works the other day, and I'm going to give a brief explanation of kind of the basic core of the game and how that all works for anyone who's not familiar. So give me just a moment and I'll do that. I just want to send out, before I do that, I'm gonna quickly send out a tweet. Make sure that I'm live via Twitter. So I'm just gonna do that right here. One moment. Type. Alright. And pop that one in there. Voice is a little soft, you say. We can adjust that. Let me turn the music down a bit. There's the microphone here. I can turn the input on desktop audio down a little bit. Balance things out here. Let me know how that is. I'll keep talking. You can let me know how my sound is coming through while I type up and send out that tweet. Twitter. Now do that and that. And make sure I got the link correctly. Pop that. Oh, is the name of the? Yep, the stream is has the right name. So, I guess Twitter's a little behind. Thinks we're still on part 3. Gotta send out one more social media blast. In case you're wondering, yes, this is not the any of the Total War soundtracks. This is from Kingdom Come Deliverance, another game which I greatly enjoy, but I'm not had a chance to complete yet. But I will get to that soon, hopefully. Probably not on stream, that'll be my own time, but that's that. Alright, how's my voice sounding? Let me know how that sounds. I'm gonna hop, now that that's back, I'm gonna hop back onto, back into the game and get on with my explanation. So, Amazing Chest Ahead, the way this game works is pretty basic and very similar to kind of turn-based strategy games like the Civilization series, where you control settlements that, granted, you can't build them in specific locations like you can in Civilization, but you control settlements in which you can build buildings, and each of these buildings provide some different quality or aspect that you need for your civilization. For example, and there are two types of settlements, and I'll get to each one. But you have a variety of types of buildings that are color coded. So if I can bring up, where's one where I have empty building slots? Because then I can show that off. I don't think I have any right now. Well, I'll just go to one of these. So you have your main settlement structure itself, and you can see when I hover over it what it provides. It gives 3 growth per turn. Now growth is measured by this little bar at the top here, and when it reaches a certain threshold of population, it will let you expand. And as you can see here, in order to build in Riate, I need a population surplus of 4. So there are some buildings that provide you growth so that you can expand your cities. They also, if I hover over it, well, I'm going to hover over this one, right? Wealth from subsistence. Wealth is pretty basic. Wealth is your income, how much money you're making. There are different types of wealth. Subsistence wealth is kind of everything. Then there's agricultural, there's commercial, which is, your trade. There's from culture, which is like entertainment and stuff. And there's industry. And you have buildings in each of that type of field for making money. Cultural influence, you can see if we look at the little province tab here, you can see the culture is 87% Latin, 8% Etruscan, and 4.1% Italian. The buildings that you make, not just the buildings, but characters that you have can help change the culture to yours, which leads to less penalties and happiness amongst your people. So you can see what the other cultures are. You also have, and I'm just going to try and run through this as quick as possible. I don't want to spend too long on it. But you have, go to one, it doesn't have a unique building here. It also has a percentage boost to wealth, and that goes up as you increase the size of your city. So from a village to a city, you'll see that it costs 1 food per turn. It costs 1 public order, so because it's a rowdier place, but you get more growth, more wealth from subsistence, a little bit more cultural influence, and more wealth from all sources. Then you can build buildings that manage, so you can see if I go to the public order details, you can see that one of the things in here, actually you can't see it in here, let me find one that has it. So in this one, in Latium, you can see that there's a buildings squalor, which gives a -4. That's basically your sewage and rubbish and waste and dirt, or not dirt, but all the mess of a city. So you can build sanitation buildings, aqueducts, etc. And there's a whole tree. For most of these buildings, there's a tree. So if I right-click on them, I can bring up the building tree, and you can see there's no tree for the evolution of the city. However, when you're at this level, or in the grand campaign anyways, you can build military-based settlements. So these will all upgrade into cities. You can also build military colonies, and they have slightly different bonuses, and I won't get really into the weeds on that. But yeah, so you have your these buildings reduce squalor by providing sanitation. They give growth, so they can cost food, they give public order, some of them can give wealth, and you have all of these trade buildings or culture buildings. The public forum can be turned into a set of culture buildings. It can be set into buildings that increase trade, increase industry, agriculture, and commerce. You have a scriptorium, which gives you public order and reduced corruption and tax rate, and one that gives you food plus a little bit of wealth from commerce. There are temples, there are agricultural buildings, there are mines you can build. I don't know if I have any towns that have mines in them. I'm not big on that sort of stuff. there are in port cities, you can build the docks and you can specialize them. So all of the buildings that you build really are an aspect of how you manage your civilization. In many ways, just like in the game of Civilization, right? So your buildings will provide you certain bonuses or money or troops. So in Rome, we have our buildings that will that we can use to produce our military units. So this one lets us make military units, and then this one next to it is a building that lets us improve them. So there's buildings that are based around improving your military. And that's the other kind of half of this coin. So you have all of the buildings that you manage, that is part of managing your civilization, and then you have your armies. And you can kind of build different units to customize an army the way you want it. And then you use those armies to try and take other settlements. Like I said, there are two types of settlements. You have walled settlements. These are the capital for each region. They have walls. They are usually one of this, a city-style building. And then you'll have all these smaller minor settlements or villages. And each of these has less building slots. So you can see Antium here has 6, and all these others here, Casinum, Anagni, have 4 each. So that's just kind of the basics there. And then where this game changes from a turn-based strategy game into a real-time strategy game is when one of your armies comes across an enemy army. I don't have an enemy army right nearby, but we can fix that in just a minute here. So let's get back into the game, and I'll try and explain a little bit more about how the game works as we get going. If you have any questions, Amazing Chest Ahead, just feel free to ask. Same for anyone else who's in chat right now. If you have any questions about how the game works or what it is we're doing, just ask. So, I'm trying to remember exactly where we were at the end of last week. I know we just freed the Umbrians. We just released them and made them a client state. Tarchuna here in Italy is kind of becoming our next big threat. You can see that the size of their territory has gotten very big and is becoming a little bit of a rival to us. It looks like It looks like the Volsci are in revolt again, so we have to put them down. And I'm not really seeing any other people on the map. The Senons up here are looking like they could be a danger, but we will see. So let's just move ahead with what we have, what we know now. So the Umbri, how are they? How's their opinion of us? They're neutral. Would they like trade?
Welcome.
Yes, they would.
Your words are.
I really want to get these territories of the Etruscans out from under their control. As I remember last time, we were using our army and our agents here to try and get the public order in Nursia to exceed -100, so a revolt would break out and it would capture the city. So that's what we're doing there. We got to deal with the Volsci here, and looks like we can do that in one turn. and this should be a pretty easy fight. We'll just auto-resolve it. So I'll explain quickly why I auto-resolve as much as I do. Mainly it's for time. As much as I would like to fight many more battles on the battlefield, I feel like, especially for a lot of these city maps where they're all pretty generic, you're going to be seeing the same fight over and over again, and that's going to get a little boring and repetitive. I did not want to occupy that, so that was dumb of me. That was very dumb of me. Oops. Alright. Wow, I was talking and I forgot what I was doing here. So we're actually gonna, since we're still literally on the same turn, I'm gonna reload that. Because that was not what I wanted to do. I was gonna subjugate them again. Good job, me. Alright, so, as I had been saying, we're going to resubjugate the...
For my people's part, welcome.
The Volsky. So we'll march the army here. So yeah, we're going to auto-resolve for a lot of these repetitive village capture battles. For the actual walled cities, I'm going to try and fight a lot more of those on the battle map itself. I think that'll be a little bit more interesting. And I think that for some of these, like when we went for Spaletium, we saw a unique battlefield. Roma was a unique one. I think Veii was as well. I think each of the walled cities, or not each, but many of the walled cities are unique. So we're gonna see if that's the case by fighting those battles out, and battles that are outside of city capture maps. We'll try and fight a lot more on the battlefield. But for ones like this, we're just gonna auto-resolve. And this time I won't hit the occupy button. Subjugate. There we go. Back to being my good little vassal. Let's see how much they hate us now. Negative 183. They're slowly but surely liking us more. So we'll
ready and willing.
We'll have to keep things going with them. We'll hop back up.
March on.
And have him replenish on Roman territory, which should only take 2 turns. I don't remember our next direction of movement. I think, like I said, our next big threat was coming from the Etruscans here. So we're going to try and move up here and free these cities on the west coast, on the east coast, rather, of the Italian peninsula. How are we doing for agents? We can recruit another spy and another champion, and I think I'm going to do that because we're going to need them. We're sitting on a pile of cash. We're going to need them. So this has extra food stolen from local province. I like that. Wealth from culture, 2 public order. Alright. We will recruit her. And she already starts with a level up. Can we give her... I'll give her the bonus authority. It's not super useful, but it's better than nothing. I don't even know where I recruited her. Corfinium. That's fine. And we will recruit a champion. We can't. We have to. Where's the second one? Oh, right. He's in this army.
Ready to do battle.
That's fine. Can we recruit an agent? We can recruit a diplomat. They're okay. Wealth from culture. Growth return. Just seeing if there's any that have a bonus to what I want. Because I'm going to use them offensively rather than defensively. But I'm not seeing one. Plus 2% chance of successful agent subversion. So we'll just get you. And I think we might be... Is that our agent limit? Yeah. We're at our agent limit. I don't know where our other diplomat is. He's up over here. We gotta handle our public order at some point. Let's do it by lowering taxes. Everybody likes lower taxes. We'll go tax everybody a little less. We're making less money, but we got plenty. So who's still mad at us? They is still a little mad. Why all the slaves? Rome is mad at us because of all the slaves. And Samnium is mad because of culture, slaves, and other stuff. We'll stop taxing you. Alright, that should make you happy. I can issue an edict. I control Latium in its entirety. So let's harvest more taxes. Make up for the amount that we're losing by lowering the tax rate a little. History have invaded somewhere really far away. Faction rises. Oh, these guys have popped out. That's good. I don't know who owned this land beforehand, but I'm glad that that is the case. We've got Alright. So we're still trying to get this region into revolt.
I am Rome's champion.
You're doing what you have to do, and you, if I incite unrest, that should send you over the edge. Successful. Negative 29, and he's at negative 91 already. So that should pop out a good revolt right quick. We will send our agents up this way. Now, I don't really feel bad about doing these agent actions that are going to make the Etruscan... Excuse me. Oh. One second here. Oh, that was a big sneeze. I don't really feel bad about making the Etruscans like us any less. You can see they're already very hostile to us, from broken treaties, agent actions, trespassing, etc. So, I'm going to continue to do more of that, because I feel like they're not going to be peaceful with us for too much longer anyway. Unfortunately, the downside is that by racking up a huge amount of negative relations with them, like we have with the Volsky, it'll take forever to come, back up from that once we have subjugated them. But that's a problem for down the road, and not for the immediate time being. So, let's move forward, shall we? This one's about to pop. Our army here can start moving up. Our general is, not our general, our veteran can level up. We'll get officer, which is good. Do we have anybody else who's ready to level up? No. Public order is going down in Latium as well. Why? Squalor, cultural differences, taxes, and slaves. So people are really upset about the slaves mostly, more than anything. I want to get a handle on this public order, so I'm going to change you. You're already at bread and games in Vey, and you're still negative public order. What can we do to turn that around? Sabinia's happy. Rome, you're also there. Latium, to keep you from revolting, I will put you on bread and games. I need the money, but not as much as I need to not have revolt breaking out in our backyard when we are not focused in that direction. I'm very glad, or very pleased with how the new music is doing right now. I think it's a pretty good fit for the game. Volsky are still trying to cause trouble for us. I think it's going to be a long time before they are friendly and peaceful vassals of ours. Conflict of the orders. Sharp tongue of a young patrician in the Senate has insulted the plebs, and now they openly demand he be stripped of his authority. What should we do? We can scold the patrician, we can disown him, disperse the crowd. We can wait it out. Wow. Public order is garbage in Latium right now. Looks like their diplomat is really messing with us. So we need the public order bonus right now, so we will disown the patrician. That's going to cause us problems here politically. House of Lycinia here is a little... They're on the fence with us right now. Got to get researching technology. See how we're doing in different aspects here. Doing okay on money. Get some military techs going. Make our cavalry a little bit better. Okay, the Etruscans are really pushing here. So we'll get you over the line.
Service to Rome. As you fall.
What do you wish of me? Swift and silent, a shadow among shadows.
Let's see if we can
Swift and
get some
silent as a
eyesight
shadow.
on more of their territory. So we can see these two towns. Hopefully we can flip them. They've captured this. Looks like they're at war with these guys. I'd be willing to help them, but they went to war with us in the past, and I don't really care if they get beat up a little bit. We've got oh, the Sabines are back. Excellent. This is just what we wanted. So you guys can move along, actually. We're gonna... Yeah, these guys, the Etruscans are spreading at an alarming rate. You can see just how much that they are taking over. So we really got to get in there quickly. So let's... Hey, Sabines. You don't
Speak your
like us.
terms. Give words plentiful
For a
haste.
lot of reasons,
Other
apparently.
business calls this day.
Yeah, you don't want to become my client state if I just ask you. So, we have to do it the hard way. Yep. Declare. Go to war. Beat you up. There you go, now you're a good little puppet. They absolutely detest us. So, we'll
Speak
give them a little bit of money.
Do not expect the good wine to ease your parched throat when you... Agreed.
Still negative
But I do not
140.
expect my fellows to find much
why?
joy in this outcome.
Military actions, trespassing. Well, we can fix that. So we're dealing with Hadria here. Let's go to Asculum.
Causing to hone my blade. What do you wish of me?
Get all these folks down this way.
On the road again.
We've got to level up for our general. Quick march him right here. Once again, we're trespassing on their land, but I don't care. We're close enough that if Nursia revolts, we can force them back to be our client state pretty easily. We're pretty far away from the Volsky right now. So if they prove to be a problem, we'll have to march back. Right now, they're not looking super threatening, though they do have this large army. But we're only right here. We can get back there within within 2 turns, or probably 1 if we force march, but that'll put us at potential risk.
Pick up those feet, you laggards.
So, you start raiding.
Mounting a raid to serve Rome.
How
You...
can I be of us observing the enemy?
Yep. Excellent.
The men will give their all. On the move.
You do that. And you incite unrest Let's see if we can get them. They're at positive 53.
Is distracted.
We can make another attempt. Let's try it again. Hope he leveled up. What kind of action is that? That's zeal. So, since you got to level up, we're going to give you a little bit more zeal. Discredit. Loyalty. Those are more or less the same for me. It's more just the actual boost to his 53% chance of success. 1 and 2. Come on, you can do it. And you did. I feel like flipping these towns here in the south is going to be easier. And for the rest up here, we might have to actually go to war for it. I am feeling that we're a little exposed out here. Still, slaves is a huge current rate. Slave revolt in 13 turns. Yeah, not great. We got to do something about our public order here. Palladium, even if we don't tax you. Yeah, Latium we're gonna have to not tax. You guys are going down from raiding? Who's raiding? Don't tell me we're raiding on our own land.
We will serve you well.
I don't think so, but the game is dumb, so you might have to move. And the slaves. Still need to do something about this public order. That'll only give us 2. I think the only thing that we can do is raise another army. Do we have... We can raise the 3rd Legion, raise forces. We'll raise them in Rome. Actually, no. This general is our best for this stuff. Yeah, our brother is really good for recruiting new units, so we might have to have him. We might have to have him do our recruiting, which means we need to pick. Is there anyone in the House of Amelia that we can hire? No. I would have liked to have done that. Family leader is not a great general, but we don't need a great general for this, so we are going to replace you. Yeah, we'll replace you here. And next turn when Lucius comes free, we'll recruit an army. A 3rd army. It's going to cost most of our budget. I may have to bump up taxes to pay for it, but our tax rate is already quite generously low. Do we have food surplus? We don't have a boost to public order, so maybe the results of... Oh, we can put an edict in place. Latium has one. Hey, Sabinia. You get on the public order train too. I feel like this is a consequence of, not that we're expanding super fast, certainly not anywhere near as fast as the Etruscans are, but still we're moving quite fast across Italy, and as you can see, it's causing, yeah, so we've got happy plebs, +4 public order, not as much as I was hoping. And -16 loyalty for all political parties. I feel like that is a really unfair swing. You get just a little bit of public order or a huge amount of disloyalty. You'll notice they're very, very upset. I pay you to not be upset. There we go. I feel like that was unnecessary. I could have brought them down in other ways, but I rather want the problem just go on. So we're going to raise forces, reinstate. No. We are raising forces under our brother. Gonna reinstate the 3rd Legion. Recruit that. I forgot how these guys are made up. You're missing a unit, actually. Forgot about that. So, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, because you'll merge and give him yours. We need Eques and Italian horse skirmishers. We need 3 Centurii. No. Campanian hoplites. Where are you from? I didn't know I could recruit you. That's interesting. I wonder what building allows me to recruit Campanian hoplites. Now I did install a couple of mods recently, so maybe it's from that. I could give you the names of them, but I don't have them listed right now. So I'll just have to do that when I get the chance. Create a mod list so that everyone who is interested can check that stuff out.
Rome is the leave nothing. If in doubt, burn it.
It'll be a couple turns before you're ready to revolt. Same for you, Hadria.
We'll soon have the end. We're moving out.
Okay, I fixed that issue with the public order here in Sabine territory. We've got looks like they're moving some forces around, and they're really making a push down here in the south. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. It might be better to just declare war on the Etruscans. What's our public order doing? If I bump the taxes back to normal, 0, -3, +7, 3. I can live with that. I can definitely live with the tax rate being like that. And that'll give us enough money that we can keep building this army up, and we'll have 3 armies to kind of cover our various directions. Because right now, it looks like if we fight the Etruscans, we're gonna have a theater here in the southeast, a theater in the northeast, and a theater in the north. So, I want at least one army per front for doing that. And then we might disband back down to 2 armies after the war is over. I don't want to have too many military units sitting around, especially if we make a bunch more client states along the way. So we'll end the turn. I gotta keep an eye on our 2 new client states, or not new, the Volsky are certainly not new, but we just resubjugated them. We gotta keep an eye on the Sabines as well. Make sure that they are being, or their relations to us improve. We got a triumph for somebody. Let's see who's won a triumph. I like these little cinematics. I skip them most of the time, but they're pretty good. They add a little flavor. The armor that all the legionaries are wearing, the buildings shown in Rome are wrong for the time period, obviously. But, oh, our brother got, I don't know why. Wonder why Lucius got a triumph. I guess maybe because he's back in Rome.
Speak and we obey.
It's very funny that he got a triumph since he hadn't won a battle in the past turn.
Prove yourself. Join the Roman
So we got
army.
3 of those. 3 light hoplites.
We are the men of Rome.
And you get some skirmishers, some velites. We can only get 1 right now. And we'll finish out this army next turn. Looks like this army is going to park here and improve their public order. We've got 1 army parked there. So you know what? I'm thinking we're in a good position. We will force march you back to pick up your 1 swordsman unit. Even if this guy goes into revolt, even if Hadria goes into revolt with this big army here, it's not going to achieve anything. So I'm thinking it might be best to just get our troops ready, and we'll just declare on the Etruscans once this army is finished. You will keep the north here secure. Alright. We came to the end of that playlist already. Wow. I can't believe it's been an hour since I started. We'll go back to the... I just heard the music restarting. Go back to Total War Rome 2 soundtrack. We gotta turn that down a bit, though. It's definitely loud. Trust me, if it's loud in here, I think it's loud for you guys as well. Just checking the levels on my OBS, and yeah, it's looking okay for balance. You guys let me know how the balance is, if the music needs to go down or up relative to my voice. I know for me it's loud, so... Alright, what's the... How are the Sabines doing? Negative 170. They're really pissed. The Volsky, negative 145. The music is still a little loud. I can fix that. Definitely fix that. We'll pop that a bit. And go down. There we go. How's that? We'll try that on for size. Want to make sure the balance is good. Alright. We have probably a few more turns of security with the Volsky and the Sabines before they revolt against our rule. So I'm going to try and take advantage of that where possible. Hadria is not... If we can get Tiate, or Teat, I want to say Teat because it's funny. I know it's not right, but it's funny to me. To revolt, where they have a weaker army. That'll be okay.
I'm with you. How can I assist you further?
How can I be of assistance?
Because that's already got negative public order. I'm not sure which direction I would go to deal with the Etruscans here on this side. I might swing up and swing up from Asculum and back down to Spaletium. I don't really want to conquer their native territory right away. And it looks like they're at war. Yeah, they're at war with the Senons, which is good for me. In fact, they just lost a settlement to them, which is great. They're getting a little beat up, but I can't have them expanding down here. If I can push them back to native, like Etruscan territory, then I'll be happy. We can subjugate them later. We're losing money. Why are we losing money? I mean, I know why we're losing money, but... Can we start making money again? Yes, we can. That'll help. We've got 2 characters who need their level ups. Chance of subversion. I like military espionage because it gives us a better research rate. So we can get our technologies a little bit faster. None of these specifically are great. I've never really found a good way to use the dignitaries. Give you a little more cunning. Yeah, a third army is definitely going to stretch our budget quite a bit. Let's see what happens here. I'm a little concerned. Alright. Just seeing what these confederations were, but clearly it is not of huge significance. We've got another technology to unlock. We've got increased experience ranks for all infantry recruits. That's good. Reduced mercenary costs. Better morale. I like better morale.
We will serve you well.
Can we afford to finish this army up?
Rome is the coming power. Be part of it.
Yes.
The Roman army is a force to be reckoned with. Soldiers of Rome, on our way.
There we go. Now you're gonna take one of these Roman swordsmen.
March on.
Then you're going to quick march on the double back into the south. Looks like, if I had to guess, the way the Samnites are, or the Volsci are positioning themselves, we may be expecting them to attack us sometime soon. Looks like the revolt happened here in Teate because you'll see the plus 20 public order and they're at 80, which means they probably went over 100. It went down. And that's why they're getting that. Our public order in our provinces is positive pretty much everywhere. I can't do anything more with the public order here in Corfinium because I can't afford a ring for an extra 2 public order. We might just have to live with them being the only place that's on the verge of revolution. We've got everything else more or less well in hand. You're doing your job, you're doing your job.
Ever in service to Rome.
Incite unrest in Asculum. See, the reason why I'm going for this instead of just directly attacking, because I know that might be a question, is that that's good. I feel like making more civilizations in the Italian peninsula, basically reviving the other factions, the weaker factions, and making them client states or just, other cogs in the wheel, is more valuable to me than just taking them over directly. Taking them over directly, I'm going to, snowball, and we can win this campaign really easily. It's still 383 BC. The game basically started about 15 years ago in game time. Let's see, what turn are we on? 64. So we've had less than 100 turns since we've started this game, and already we are, I would say, paired with the Etruscans in power for central Italy. I don't know how powerful the other factions are. Certainly, the Samnites are looking pretty strong because they have control of at least these 3, probably 4 settlements here. Taras might have these 2 regions all to themselves. I don't know what else is going on here. Syracuse, we can see a little bit of what they own. The Senons, maybe. So probably I would say the three most powerful factions that we know of right now are ourselves, the Etruscans, and the Senons. And, you know, we're still pretty early into the game here. If we look at the other factions here, relative strength to us, we can kind of get a gauge of how strong they are. It's still saying we're more powerful than the Senons. Balance of power, Syracuse is more powerful than us, apparently. Taris is much more powerful than us, according to this bar. Tarchuna and I are about equal, as expected. It says we're stronger than the Senons, so I'll believe that, but I definitely think that they're up there as far as a threat in the future, especially if they are at war with the Etruscans as well of Tarchuna. So we're just scraping by on money. This is our budget is going to be very, very close. We'll be riding the edge of being insolvent here this next turn. Is the music still good? Yeah, it looks like it's still good. Looks like you guys can still hear it. It's very fiddly to get it just the way I want it. So a little quiet for me, so... Alright, conflict of the orders. We got fire. We'll set up firemen. I can't imagine anybody would be unhappy with that. Okay, so the Frentani are back, and they were such a huge threat before, but they only slightly dislike us now. So let's see if we can get a non-aggression pact with them.
But that welcome...
No. This is good for us, though. It is more or less part of our goal to get these factions to re-emerge. So one has already done so. It wasn't the one I was expecting. Not the one that I was expecting. It wasn't in the region that I was expecting, but they have control of this walled city now, which actually will make them a little bit tougher and more able to stand up against anyone who tries to take them out. Yeah, we're losing a little money every turn. I have a feeling that if we declare on the Etruscans, which we should anyway, yeah, they're disgusted with us.
Come. Let us hear what you have to say then.
Yeah. So let's just go straight for war. The 3rd Legion is going to protect our northern border. We're not going to advance into Etruscan territory here, aside from maybe raiding and taking out the odd army. But we are going to be pushing them out of lands down here. I'm worried about the Volsky making moves on us. And I'm worried about the Sabines going into revolt. So we're going to pull this army back let it replenish. It'll take a few turns. But let's go here and here. Move you down this way. There's your general and your army.
On the road again.
See if we can cause a revolt here at Hadria. No, our agent got wounded. It's okay. He'll be back in a couple of turns. I'm gonna give a little money to these guys.
We offer you honest welcome. Speak, friend,
We'll
and
give
hopefully
you-
later we will drink to seal our agreement.
A tiny bit of money. We don't have that much.
These terms are suitable, and I can agree to them in the voice of the...
You won't go for a non-aggression pact. You're happy that we're at war with the Etruscans, though, which means that we might get them to be a little buddy. We are losing money quite badly because our armies aren't raiding anymore,
Men will give their all.
which we can fix next turn. We can send the 3rd Legion. He can raid in Etruscan territory. He'll fund himself. Once the 1st Legion is recovered on manpower, in a couple of turns, he can fund himself by raiding. The 2nd Legion here, we might have to wait a little bit on. So we'll just see. Yep, I know I have no money. It's like he recaptured his territory from the Senons. Yep, the Volsci are making trouble for us again. High chance of a succession or civil war. That's no good. Yeesh, everybody's mad at us. Well, not everybody. The other patrician factions are mad at us. We have, for the next 4 turns, minus 16 loyalty, and for the next 8, another minus 8. So they are pissed. Absolutely pissed. You, I can't... Oh, right, I have no money. This is bad. We could see a civil war break out. We have a 1 in 4 chance that when I hit the next turn button, a civil war pops up. I feel like I've worked hard to try and keep the factions stable. And this is my reward. Can I do anything else? I can reduce loyalty a bunch. Alright, I'm gonna replace my generals. I'm gonna have to. The Civil War risk is too high. So, you are getting replaced with This guy. Sure.
The soldiers of Rome will serve you well. Ready and willing.
You are going to get replaced with that guy. Yep. So those two are in place, and we can get one of my sons, one of Camillus's sons. We will get Lucius with a beard.
Awaiting orders.
So, details. Replace Lucius with a beard.
We serve without question.
So what'll happen if a civil war does break out is it will pick, I believe, the highest gravitas general. Now gravitas is this number here, so Camillus here has 427, his brother has 440, 140 for their other brother. Catullus here has 289. This guy has 216. So I might actually want to replace him as well. He's got 33. I can't afford to hire a patrician right now. So that's a moot point. There's none of these doodads that'll give me extra loyalty, right? I don't think so. Yeah, we're just gonna have to risk it. This guy, their faction leader, Calvus, I might have to replace because it'll definitely be him who will lead. So we'll replace him with Spurius Camillus. I don't know where he is though. Not you. You. Yeah, so it'll pick the highest gravitas general and make him the leader of the rebellious faction. Basically on my money. And I don't think there's any tech that I'm going to have that's going to improve loyalty right now. I know there is one. It's one of these last ones. Yeah, Praetor. It'll take 18 turns to get to it. So, we don't have a chance of getting that anytime soon. We haven't got the money to rank for dignitaries, recruitment slots. Is there something that we can get that's going to give us better public order? Getting both of these will give us better public order. That'll help. This will get us a bonus to food and wealth, but I think the public order is going to be more useful. So we'll do that for cultural conversion. I think the biggest threat, though, is going to be that civil war. Both factions are really mad at us. I think Aemilia is going to be the likely one that breaks free, though, since they're slightly higher. If we look at the map of faction control, Aemilia controls just Veii, and that's it. And Lycinia owns just Latium. So if they do rebel, it's, only a part of our territory, but that's going to be a nightmare depending upon when it happens and if it goes. And the fact that it is currently a 1 in 4 chance is not making me feel very comfortable. If I tax Samnium, it still doesn't offset our money issue.
How can I be of assistance?
So this is going to be fun.
Unseen. Seeking
How can I? As you command.
Uh,
I will do. They won't miss it.
if we can get...
I should go amongst them.
I'm not sure exactly what is going to help us here. I don't think that's going to help. If we pop you up here, increase the tax rate, that might help us a little bit. Go raiding. Alright, now we're making positive money. It's not going to be enough to do anything about a civil war this turn, but if a civil war doesn't happen this turn,
Our loyalty is yours.
what's your health? 2 turns. I don't know if we have a choice.
Soldiers of Rome, advance!
Yeah, you go raiding. Alright, now we're making some positive money again.
The enemy will come to fear us. Advance! A little plundering is always good for morale.
There we go. We're making money. Might be enough to make a difference next turn. How's our taxes? Our taxes are okay. How are our provinces? Rome has negative public order. Samnium has negative public order. If I bump your taxes up all the way, we will make a bunch of money. And still only those two regions. Samnium will be pissed. And so will Rome. Everyone's going to hate it. If I go one step, I might be able to live with it for a turn. Yeah. So what we're going to have to do. 1 turn of increased tax rate. I can't complete any of these missions right now, so I can't get a boost for money for that. I don't have any mercenaries that we can drop off the payroll. 42. How are we at 42% chance of civil war? Is it because you're populist? Yeah. Alright, never mind about the tax plan. %% chance. We're just gonna have to ride this and hope. Alright, everyone in chat, I want you to cross your fingers. I'm gonna do it. Let's cross our fingers and hope that we last this 1 turn. This could be make or break for us. Because we're in position where we can start to do something about the Etruscans.
It
But-
is Laren's will that we go to war with you.
We would not deny the will of the gods.
Alright, sure. Whatever. Alright, we didn't have that civil war. Got an increase in rank. We lost our trade agreement with those guys because they declared war on us like jerks. What does the Ludi Romani give us? 4 public order. I needed that. Our public order is bad. Where are you? Can you go here? And boost the tax rate. We need to do something pretty quickly to arrest the issues that we're having, but I feel like we just bought ourselves a big improvement in our fortunes right here. We've got only 3 turns left of the minus 16, which we have to skate out. Our risk has gone up. However, we can't secure loyalty for either of these guys. It's too expensive. But for 700, we can send you as a diplomat to let's see, the Volsky. We want them to like us more, so take a chance on that. Worst case scenario is you get killed, so whatever. You, similar situation. You're gonna go to the Sabines. Yep, they're both on a mission. That is going to reduce them a little bit. So by 5 each, the risk went to 13%, which is, you know, not great, but it's better. How are we doing on money? 155. But we're making money again. So this is going to be... We're going to have to skate through this for a couple of turns. You are going to go on tax harvesting because I need that money. And you are going to go on tax harvesting because I need that money. Rome... I need the public order, so you have to stay there. And Latium, I need the public order because the Volsky keep messing with us. We haven't done anything offensively with the war yet. I feel like how are you doing for... You have a garrison of 3. I'll take that. I will take that fight. We can get some money from doing this, so we're going to assault it. I did say that I wanted to do more battles on the battlefield. This looks like it might be a generic map, though. I don't know what cities have generic maps and which ones are unique. This one is looking like a generic one because it's square or rectangular. Rain. Archers can't use flaming arrows. Difficult to set fire to buildings and ships. Units take longer to recover from fatigue. If they can't use flaming arrows, that's good for us. Yes, this map is generic. It's the same one used for Antium, I believe. I fought the Battle of Antium enough times that I believe that it's the same map. I don't want to get shot to pieces coming in, so we're gonna go for here. Hit this section of the wall. I mean, it's 3. He's got 3 units. We have 17. I'm not too worried about taking casualties here. In fact, why don't you drop the siege engine? Come back here. Our most experienced Ensis Centurii, you will go first. They'll back him up, and we'll follow it up with our Centurii. And the rest of the guys, the rest of the army can literally just hang here and wait. Oh. Getting a little problem with my headphone connection. It's going off in my ear. Cavalry, you guys just stay out of the way. And you guys can be group 2. You're group 1. I'm not going to spend too much effort on that. This fight should be a pretty easy one. We'll get you guys to back them up. And then you guys behind them. I'm going to get shot at by this tower. But hopefully with the rain, you won't get hurt too badly. You'll take a couple of shots here and there. Alright, yeah, you guys move in. We'll take the tower, wipe out these guys pretty quickly. Italian swordsmen. Yeah, those guys breaking. Make your way, kill all these. We've got some pretty strong units here, so we can cut through these guys like butter. And once we get into the city, it's just a matter of taking the town center there. And I think we'll only take a handful of casualties from this fight. They're putting up a pretty okay fight here for the tower, but the Italian swordsmen, you can see, they got like no armor. They got a shield and a helmet. My guys, they're all armored. Shields, helmet, they're superior unit types. Now they're breaking and running. You guys get down in here. Capture the tower.
We have captured a tower.
Yep. There we go. Let them run. I don't need to kill every last one of them. Move on in. I hope they don't get shot too much by this tower. They might not even be in range for that. Alright.
Our enemy have lost a victory point.
There we go. Captured the point. Their general broke, fled. We won. We lost 23 guys. That was a pretty simple fight. He lost most of his army. We didn't even get... Nope. Having frames? Are we? Yeah, we are. Yeah, I'm getting a little bit of frame drop here. Let's see what we can do about that. I'm gonna have to Alright, well, I'm gonna have to stick with that for now, and I'm gonna fix it between now and the next stream, because I don't want to spend, I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of time trying to troubleshoot that. Hopefully it improves. You guys let me know if it continues to be an issue. Yeah, I'm getting a few spikes here and there, but it's kind of coming in and out, so let's see here. Stoot. I'm gonna, you know what? I'll go quickly to this.